This is the one and only Dr. Charles F. McClellan. He was named the 6th commissioner of the Southwestern Athletic Conference during the summer of 2018, just about a year and a half ago. Highly regarded as one of the top sports administrators in the country. Dr. McClellan currently oversees a conference with a total of 10 member institutions, which boasts 18 sports, which compete at the NCAA Division I level and football. That's impressive. Now, in addition to his duties at the league office, Dr. McClellan was selected as a member of the NCAA, you're already part of that, but the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Committee in March of 2019, just last year. Now, prior to arriving at the conference office, he also served as the Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics at Texas Southern University in Houston, and initially took over the helm at TSU Athletics in April of 2008 as Director of Athletics, but he has a lot to say and is still listening all the way, so please help me welcome the speaker for the day, Dr. Charles F. McClellan.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Beverly and Wanda for inviting me to be your guest speaker. I would definitely be remiss if I did not thank them because, especially Wanda, she's been in my corner for quite a long time. Madam President, when I left Prairie View and went to Texas Southern, quite a few people X'd me off of their list as a Prairie View graduate. And I was excited to come back because I said, finally I'm home, finally. They recognized me. All the way up until I read the bio. And they let me off again. They said every day in December I was at Prairie View, graduated from Prairie View, was an athletic director at Prairie View, so I see I still have some men that I must make one appointment. So I pray that after today, you will invite me back home. But it is good to be home, and I thank you for having me here. I am a 1993 graduate of Prairie View A&M University, where Prairie View produces production. And I realize this luncheon raises funds for very needed scholarships for the students. And I look back to Prairie View. I had an opportunity to go on the Hill 2 weeks ago. Went to a basketball game. And I got an opportunity to ride around. It's been about 2 years since I've been back with the ability to drive around. And I went to where Holly Hall was. Right? I went to where Fuller Hall used to be. And I said, wow, these students, they got it pretty good, right? When I came to Prairie View in 1989, it was a community bathroom. Not a community shower. It was a community shower, but it was a community bathroom. We didn't have doors, we had to use tiles for privacy, right? Scholarships are important. State funding is important. And I'm happy to be here to be able to provide a message for you. I would like to say thank you to Madam President, and I want to tell you how wonderful of a president we have at Prairie View A&M University. Yeah, she deserves a round of applause. Not only the work that she's doing in the state of Texas, but nationally and globally. But I want to tell you how instrumental and how important she is in the meetings when it comes to the Southwestern Athletic Conference with the Council of Presidents and Chancellors. She has not missed a meeting, and she is always first in pushing the agenda for HBCUs and the Southwestern Athletic Conference to move forward. And that's ultimately what I want to talk to you today about. Because how does scholarships and this scholarship luncheon tie to the Southwestern Athletic Conference? I will humbly submit to you that it is extremely important, and Prairie View is the beacon in which that light shines. As you know, the Southwestern Athletic Conference will celebrate its centennial this year. We were founded in 1920. Guess where we were founded? On the hills of Prairie View A&M University. So if it was not for Prairie View, there would be no Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now, I said this a while ago. Sears, back when I was small, we went to buy 45 records, right? A My mother bought my Buster Brown shoes at Sears. I got my clothes, unfortunately, at Sears. All while we were getting the oil change at Sears. And I would go to the candy shop and get me an icy and some malted milk balls and some sunflower seeds. Sears dominated everything. I can't find a Sears right now, but I can find the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The founders in 1920, led by the president of Prairie View A&M University, had enough foresight, had enough vision for us to start in 20 and be here for 100 years, and I guarantee you we'll be here for another 100 years. Why is the Southwestern Athletic Conference important? When you look at conferences, you see the Power Five, where they have hundreds of millions of dollars. You see the Autonomy Five, you see the Group of Five, and then you see that FCS, and then you go and you look at the Southwestern Athletic Conference, historically black colleges and universities. When I attended Prairie View in 1989, I actually had an opportunity to pull one of my old fee receipts. I don't even know if they call them fee receipts now. I was an out-of-state student from Mississippi. My out-of-state tuition, room, board, books, everything, $3,793, $15. That was out-of-state. That was 1989. So for $10,000 a semester now for in-state. Why are scholarships important? Why is Prairie View important? Why is the Southwestern Athletic Conference important? When we started this conference, we had a group of schools that had the same academic mission. We just happened to want to participate in the world of sports. That has not changed. Our goal is to educate and to serve the historically underserved. That still hasn't changed. When you look at our 10-member institutions, we still have predominantly first-generation college students, well over 75%. Why is the SWAC important? Why is Prairie View important? We've been put here to do one thing, and that is to educate and to serve the underserved. There's an attack on our conferences, and this is where I want to kind of get into the crux. You see North Carolina A&T in the recent weeks leave and go to the Big South. You've seen Hampton, one of our pillar institutions, leave and go to the Big South. There was a point in time where those conferences did not want our schools. Why do they want our schools not? Because we are of value. We've always been of value. I wanted to play basketball. Wasn't that good, Madam President? Came to Prairie View A&M University being able to play basketball for Duplantier. Some of you probably remember Duplantier. Had some issues. Prairie View decided to cancel its athletics program. Canceled it in 1990. At the time, we had about 4,400 students. Program was canceled. Guess what happened to enrollment for those of my classmates that are in the audience? Got cut by half. What does that mean? State funding got cut by half, which meant that Prairie View was in jeopardy of closing its doors. Had it not been for athletics, Prairie View doors probably would have closed. We brought it back hurriedly in 1991, and we brought it back with no scholarships, right? So what was Prairie View known for? 83 straight football games. That was a long time. I was around for all 83. Some of you were as well. But you look at Prairie View A&M University now. You look how Prairie View has flourished. You look at the academic buildings. You look at the degree programs. You look at the enrollment. You look at the grounds. You look at everything that Prairie View stands for. It stands for excellence. Why is Prairie View important? Prairie View has turned first-generation college students into millionaires. That's what Prairie View is, and that's why Prairie View produces productive people. So that's why it's my responsibility as the Southwestern Athletic Conference Commissioner to ensure that our legacy is held intact. We're going to make sure that in this conference reorganization, we're not going to lose any schools to any other conferences. The one thing that I promise you is that we're going to stay strong and we're going to grow. If there's going to be any movement within the Southwestern Athletic Conference, it's going to be movement in, not movement out. going to stay strong. We're going to stay financially vibrant, only because athletics is the key in order for our universities to survive. You've heard all the time, athletics is the window in which the world sees our institutions. I probably shouldn't say this on camera. I'm always being accused of being biased, but when you really look at it, I am. There was no mistake that Prairie View got a Thursday night football game. There was no mistake that Prairie View got 2 home basketball games, because America needs to see what Prairie View is all about. Right? They need to see. As long as I'm commissioner, they will see. But it's my responsibility to expand those television contracts. It is my responsibility to expand our brand. I had the opportunity to be selected to serve on the Division I men's basketball committee. I really didn't know what that meant. I just knew Final Four. But when you go into that room and you realize that there is $1 billion per year at your disposal, that changes the game. That changes the process. A little nappy-head kid that used to run around at Prairie View A&M University now is responsible for collegiate basketball in America, and I promise you we're going to get out there. Our conference, and I don't know if you know this, has the 6th most NFL Hall of Famers of all 32 conferences. Power 5 in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. You can't tell me that our history and tradition is not strong. That is the reason why the Big South won HBCUs. We've led the nation in attendance for the last 42 of the last 43 years. 42 of the last 43 years. Our fans show up. We have a niche market, and we're going to hold on to that niche market. And why is it important? Because it is the fuel that keeps our institutions going. It is all about educating our students. It is all about educating our community. And I know that I will die my last breath working to make sure that our mission is accomplished, and we're going to educate. So for the scholarship recipients, please don't take this as anything other than a blessing. It is a true blessing to be able to go to Prairie. It's even a bigger blessing to be able to get a scholarship to go to Prairie. Now, as I sat down, I, like Congressman Green, did the math pretty quick. Right? 1 times 10 is 100, whatever. I guess I'm not too good at that. 10 times 10. The 1,000 times 100 went to $100,000, and they started saying, raise your hand now. I haven't quite made it. I'm still kind of broke, you know. I'm on the payment plan. I had an opportunity to work with Madam President, and we created a scholarship. When I was at Prairie View, I worked in the School of Architecture. We created a $25,000 scholarship for the students for the School of Architecture. I'm on the payment plan. I'm not on the just be able to write the check, but I will get in and I will commit my $1,000 to the Houston Alumni Chapter because it is important. So with that, I am going to sit down because I understand that the best speeches are the shortest speeches, and I hope that I have not been too long. But it's good to be home, and I tell you this, Prairie View produces productive people. Let's continue to do great things. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for our keynote speaker and 1993 graduate of Prairie View A&M University, Dr. Charles F. McClellan. See, I got it in there. All right. Thank you for your donation. I need you to come one more time back up here. All right. Yes. On behalf of the Prairie View A&M University Houston Alumni Chapter, we would like to present a token of our appreciation to you.
Dr. Charles, the appreciation of your, I can't read it, all right, my contact.
Let me help you out here. Okay, it says, presented to Dr. Charles McClellan, in appreciation for your inspirational presentation, Prairie View A&M University National Alumni Association Houston Chapter, Mardi Gras Scholarship Luncheon, February 29th, 2018. Yay! Thank you very much.
Richie Hyde. Okay.
Now we're wrapping up our program, but we have some important individuals we would like to present to you at this time. We have scholarship recognitions that are going to be presented by Prairie View A&M University Houston Alumni Chapter Scholarship recipients standing over there. And presenter Rosalind White, who's the Houston Alumni Chapter Scholarship Committee member, is going to come up to our podium to go ahead and introduce our amazing recipients.
Good afternoon again, everybody. I just like to say this is the most endearing part of our luncheon this evening. To piggyback off of what Dr. Simmons has said, this is where we have come together to give our gifts of support to our students. I just want to thank everybody again. But anyway, as I call your name, the scholarship recipients, I want you to come forward. Melissa Atkins. She's a freshman majoring in criminal justice. Michaela Ward. Freshman, mechanical engineering. Tyra James, sophomore, biology. Jalen Jackson, sophomore. Junior? Oh wow, great. Junior, psychology. Taylor Linton is not present this afternoon, but her award will be given by Dr. Harper, received rather by Dr. Harper. Elijah Yates, sophomore, electrical engineering. Taylor Barnes, junior, nursing. Reed Blanchard, junior, business finance. Ashlyn Clausel, junior, biomedical chemistry. Russell Thomas, senior, agriculture and human ecology. These are our scholarship recipients, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Please give them a big hand. Also, we want to recognize the parents of our scholarship recipients, aunts, uncles, grandparents. If you're in the room, we would certainly like to recognize you as well, because we know that it is your efforts of nurturing all these years that have allowed them to reach this point. Thank you so much.
Stay where you are, students. Madam President would like to join you in this picture. Bear with us, we're going to allow the committee to also join. It's okay.
Move down front. All right. We go on 3. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2.
Come on now, let's give them another wonderful round of applause. They deserve that. Yes, ma'am. All right, at this time, well, I can get out of the way. To remind about Wade Simmons, who is the Easton Alumni chapter as well. Okay. She's going to be here doing the acknowledgments in just a minute, but Beverly, would you like to We're going to do a little bit of our door prizes in just a second, so bear with us. We're just getting that organized before we do our final acknowledgments, and then have our alma mater sung by Justin Cornelius, and then our final remarks as well. So please be with us in just a second.
So just good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out to celebrating our annual Mardi Gras Luncheon. My name is Prairie Simmons, and I'm the president of the Houston Alumni chapter, as well as the treasurer for the National Alumni Association. So again, I want to thank all of you for coming out. Just a few acknowledgments for the Office of Development. Over here to our right, just thank them for coming out and supporting. And then also starting March 1st, which is on tomorrow, go to the Office of Development website and you can do my HBCU for the entire month of March and make a contribution to our annual HBCU. Also, we have the Panther Backers. We'll be celebrating our 25th anniversary with a golf tournament on May 4th. So Dino Robinson over to my left, probably your right. Again, come out and celebrate with the Panther Backers for those scholarships. He's waving his hand with those scholarships. What you see on your tables, there were some ones, again, like a typical politician, come in and take over. So the ones that we have on the table was for anyone who wished to give toward our organization, whether it be for the athletics department, whether it be for the annual fund, whether it be for the African American Studies. We just ask that you give. No amount is too small to give. Every dollar counts. I remember during the Obama campaign when they was asking him how did he raise so much money, and so many people were giving $1, $5, $10. So we just ask that you do give that. Also, save the date, July 16th through July 19th. We will be having our annual convention. So the annual National Alumni Convention will be July 16th right here in the Houston area at the Westin Hotel Galleria. So go ahead and make your reservations now. Irma Sadberry is in the bag, Denise, who's our chairperson for the convention. So please make plans. Again, save the date. It's a family-friendly event of all generations. So I don't want anyone to feel that they're slighted. That is just for the older people or the younger people. It's for all generations. Also, I'm sorry. Okay, so any of the presidents from whether it be from the Houston chapter, well, I'm the Houston chapter, but from the nurses chapter, any past presidents, our Missouri City chapter, or any chapters, Dallas, please stand. And we want to thank you for serving in such great capacity, past, present, and future. Mr. Shore, there's Mr. Austin in the back. So again, thank you. We have Esther McConico, we have Sonia, not only a church member, actually many Lily Grove members. Our presidents come to, I'm just looking. So that's all right. Pastor Anderson will be proud. Hear ye. Oh, and there's Chubby. Yes. Okay. So again, thank you. Oh, there's Minnie from the nurses chapter. Maddie Mason from the nurses chapter. So again, if you have not, we're about to start our raffle for the chance to win. So if everyone can start making their way with each of the cups so we can start raffling, as well as door prizes. So please make your way, ladies, up to the podium. And if you want to buy tickets, again, we have the ones. Oh, there was a couple of questions asked. If I don't have my credit card, or if I do not have a check with me, how can I make a donation? You can make a donation by going to PVAMUHouston.com and just click on the tab that says donate. Also, you can go to Cash App. We now have Cash App, $Houston PVAM. HOU PVAM. PV Alum. And there's Cash App. Also, right here in the programs.
You can scan it.
And please solicit our vendors outside. We have 8 great, fabulous vendors, so please solicit to our vendors. You want to buy tickets? Okay. Wanda, they want to purchase tickets. If you want to buy tickets, please raise your wands up. We'll have someone to come over to your table. So let's get our tickets because we want to convene as soon as possible because Prairie View will be having a game today at 3. So please come out and support our men and women's basketball team.